it seems as though it doesn't really matter that much if the father is not there. I'm not making that point actually because the father has to be in the life of the child. But it seems as though when there's a specific neglect from a mother's touch.
I can almost explain why. Sorry, just quickly
Sure.
on there. It's because it's normal for black men to not, or men to not show that type of love. I think for children growing up, when you see everyone being loved by their mom and you being abandoned, that can feel like
It's
there's something
ubiquitous.
wrong with you.
Everywhere you go, you see mothers holding their children's hands to primary
Whereas it's
school.
normal for fathers to not be.
be
so
in
that
that
may
picture.
not fuck you up because all of us.
Yeah,
that means all of us must kill each other.
Exactly, it's the same experience. We're going
But
through
with the
same.
mom, it's like, why is your mom not loving you?
Yeah, and I look at that and I always think about love and who gets to be loved and who doesn't get to be loved, and the exoneration of women when they don't love their children, and the pedestal that we put women on as it relates to that responsibility of not loving their children. I experienced that, and whenever I read Moses Sithole's story, I always think that the news story is the fact that he killed these women, and I really, really empathize with their families. Those people shouldn't be killed. They did nothing wrong to Moses directly. Some of them, of course, would have been people he already knew, but the source of his hatred, he said it in his own words. Unbeknownst to him, it was being recorded that the fact that he wasn't loved by his mother, actually, it meant that he doesn't care for black women. He hates them. But what was also confusing or puzzling was the fact that he never killed his mother and he's had opportunities to do so. And I think he never killed his girlfriend or woman that he was living with as well.
Isn't there a movie like this? Sorry, please carry on. I feel like there's a movie or a series where this guy absolutely hates his mom. I think it's white people. Hates it and goes around harming, or if it's one of an episode of Law and Order or something, he's being abused by his mother but he goes around terrorizing, raping, killing women.
Surely there has to be something to that pen. Like why is it that you don't go to the source of the problem? Like the very person that you have a problem with.
Fear. Number one, it's fear. They have power over you. And look, there's a reason why black South Africans take out their frustration on African foreigners versus white people.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
It's normally a power thing.
Yeah.
There's a reason why women will overbeat their kids versus facing the husband who's beating her. So I think you look for an outlet, and there's also some type of performance and presentation to the person who's violating you that this is what I can do. Look at me, I'm so dangerous.
Yeah, but
you may find that the person is not even...
In this regard, he does have the physical power to confront the mother.
He's scared of the mom. It's psychological. Okay. So look, he's... Again, I don't know anything about psychology.
We are talking about it. We are human beings. We don't have to be professionals.
No, yeah. I need to add this disclaimer that because you're asking me a question and I'm answering as if I know.
Sure.
I'm just speculating. I think what's happening is obviously he wants to take out the frustration from his mom, but it's spilling out on the wrong people. But it's spilling out on people that remind him of his mom. But then at the same time, it's also a show for his mother. It's like a performance of sorts for her. Almost one of two things, showing her that I'm a man. I can do this. But at the same time, almost being like, I could do this to you. Love me, hug me. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I know there's a psychological fuck up because this has to be some psychological fuck up. The easy thing for a rational person is you hurt me, I will hurt you. Whereas the next person, you hurt me, white man, I'll go and beat up a Somalian.
Yeah. Because it's impossible to hurt the white man back. He has the power.
He has the power.
He has the institutional power, economic power.
So you're saying the mom doesn't have power?
Yeah.
But my argument is she has psychological power because at any given time, she's like, you'll always be a kid. Oh, you're killing women. Oh, so big and brave. Come kill me. I'll show you. And the guy's like, I want to. I think Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, a similar thing. There's this white man who takes him out of cryo prison. They were frozen in ice with Sylvester Stallone. Later on, because of the psychological conditioning, he can't kill this white man that unfroze him, but he's pissing him off. And luckily, he asks someone who hasn't been psychologically fucked, kill this motherfucker. I can't do it because there's like a block, like this is my mom.
Sure.
And maybe I love her and maybe I'm still waiting for her to hug me. You know?
Yeah, I think part of the answer is the opening up the opportunity for her to love her eventually, ultimately. Like, I can't get rid of you because if I get rid of you, then you may not ever love me if you are still alive. You know, I kind of agree with that part that maybe it's because he knows or he has this long desire, the yearn to be loved. And I've confronted that feeling because I've never really been loved as a child. And I've said this to you in previous episodes. And I try to, of course, we are different human beings, and our propensity to do things is different from one person to another. I would have loved to be loved, of course. And I don't think I've ever really felt loved ever, particularly from that family. From a romantic sense, yes. But it's never occurred to me that because I was not loved, because I think in the first 10 years of my life, I probably changed 10 different locations, lived this part of Cape Town, that part of Cape Town with this aunt and that aunt, the grandmother and this. And there are similarities with how I grew up with Moses Sithole, that you're just being sent there and then you go back and then you're being sent there for 6 months. I changed maybe 4 or 5 primary schools because of that. But it's never occurred to me. But I appreciate the fact that we're not going to respond the same to the same
But you understand.